Former G League guard London Johnson has committed to Louisville. Now, Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo has been making headlines due to his strong opinion when asked about this situation. Let's take a listen.
I'm going to get myself in trouble, but I listen to people talk about how kids changed. Kids aren't the problem. We're the problem. This was sprung on us again yesterday, where a guy can be in the G League for 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden he's eligible. Most of my people knew nothing about it. I don't think our commissioner. I am not real excited about the NCAA or whoever's making these decisions without talking to us, just letting it go because they're afraid they're going to get sued. So you're right. I said that this really bothers your coach if you're Michigan State fans. But if you want a silver lining in the cloud, I am going to call Magic tonight. I'm going to call Jaren Jackson, Miles, Gary, Max. You know, this just goes to show you how ridiculous people that are in power make decisions. I mean, you know, and I'm going to get killed because someone's going to say, well, if they go pro, it doesn't work out, shouldn't they be able to come back? Well, what about the freshman you recruited there? That's somebody's son. And he thinks he's got himself a good place, and all of a sudden, shazam, they pull out of their hat and bring a 21 or 22-year-old in. To me, it's ridiculous. To me, it's embarrassing. And I love my job. I don't respect my profession, and I don't respect who's ever doing that. Whoever made those decisions, because they're afraid that a lawyer's going to sue them, sooner or later you got to fight the fight. And you know, if we would have been aware of it, if somebody would have talked to us, maybe it's me, maybe I'm the dummy. But I'll never agree to that stuff. I think we're really hurting the freshmen in high school. I mean, the seniors in high school, giving them a chance, and we're just going to, what's the age limit now? Is it 30? You know, if you have 3 beards and 2 mustaches, are you illegal? You're not allowed to play? I mean, what is it going to be? And so, yeah, you hit a sore spot for me because the transfer portal is enough. You know, we have no rules. And now we just taken no rules and add some more no rules. And if everybody likes that, that's good. And I feel bad if a kid came out early. Maybe we shouldn't come out early. Maybe we should do a better job of helping kids make decisions, said decisions they make, and then, oh boy, I made a bad decision, so I'll go back. But the unintended consequences are the kids that are there will now get screwed and not have an opportunity. And then they'll be transferring, and then we'll have this circle. So I do not know everything about it. I cannot believe that this was sprung on us yesterday. And if it was done earlier and I didn't know about it, shame on me. But my compliance officer didn't know. There are people in this league didn't know. The NCAA's got to regroup. They got to regroup. That's my opinion. Only my opinion. So don't be mad at anybody else. Be mad at us. But I'm not going to be mad at the players. I'm going to be mad at the adults in the room. And so don't blame the players anymore. Blame the adults that make the decisions that allow some of these ridiculous things to happen. And then the unintended consequences hurt kids that are trying to do it the right way, with a process, not jumping around. And that's my 2 cents. So put that wherever you want it.
So there you have it, man. Right now we're on ESPN. I just want to look at this article really quick. We want to skim through it. So Tom Izzo sounds off on NCAA after Louisville signs ex-G Leaguer by Myron Metcalf. Okay, it says, okay, with 2 former G League players recently committing to play for Division I schools, Michigan State coach Tom Izzo said he doesn't respect the NCAA power brokers who allowed this move to happen. But this is really the part of the article that I want to read to you guys and, you know, kind of break it down. So on Monday, London Johnson, a former 4-star recruit who has averaged about 8 points over 3 seasons in the G League, announced his commitment to Louisville. Last month, another G League player, Theory Darling, I hope I'm saying that correctly, announced his commitment to Santa Clara. Both moves seem to defy NCAA's previous amateurism and eligibility rules, which barred any players who have had previously competed for money at a professional level from playing D1 basketball. Per the NCAA's D1 manual, any athlete who has been compensated as a professional beyond actual and necessary expenses, a category that includes health insurance, meals, lodging, and transportation, cannot play college basketball. But the NCAA has bent those rules recently for multiple international prospects who've participated in professional leagues overseas. The murkiness presented by the name, image, and likeness and revenue share errors have made the line between pro and amateur grayer than it has ever been. Darling, who is from Central African Republic, played in the NBA Academy Africa program. His admission is more in line with the other international professionals who've recently secured D1 eligibility. While he was the first G Leaguer player in history to be granted eligibility to play college basketball, Johnson's commitment as a player without those international ties could be even more groundbreaking and destructive, according to Izzo. Like Izzo said, man, it's like going from the G League. You play high school ball, you go to the G League, which is, considered a pro league, right? It's the development league of the NBA. You're playing against guys who played overseas. You're playing against guys who, are on two-way contracts, who, they may be playing in the NBA game literally that same day or the next night, right? So you're getting pro experience as a professional and you're getting paid. I just don't see how that can be allowed, right? And I think we've gone to a point with the NCAA, especially with the NIL transfer portal, how things aren't really monitored. There's no, it's not a lot of rules and regulations. It's kind of the wild, wild west. I think they've gotten to a point where these things aren't regulated, where you just have to allow things to keep, it keeps piling up. Like it mentioned in the article how international players are allowed to play under some circumstances, play college basketball. When it comes to, I don't know all the rules and whatnot, but I'm sure something has to be cleared in order for them to play. And then you got the NIL, and then you got, like I said, the transfer, and then you got this G League. You got this G League situation. I just don't see how it's right. Tom Izzo mentioned, you heard in the high school senior, you heard in the kid who, let's say, kid does have a spot on the team, right? And then you get a commitment from a G Leaguer. The coach is going to want to take the experience over the kid, who hasn't proven himself. You want to take the guy who literally is a pro, right? I don't see how it's right. I don't see how it's good for the NCAA. I'm with Tom Izzo on this. In the comments, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
On his memory here at Rocker Park. His theme. Somebody needs a basket. We're gonna see him on the Fargo post. Snacks. Tell me yesterday, HBC.
Man, once again, man, I appreciate you having me, man. And congrats, man, on the platform. And I say keep it going, keep doing your thing.